அந்த ஐயன் வருது ஏன் தூக்க முடியாதா? செல்வா ஐயோ இதுலயே வாய்ஸ் ரெக்கார்ட் உண்டு. பிரைவேட் தான் கொடுத்துருக்கேன்.
Star of the East.
மேலே மட்டும் நான் ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணேன், கீழே அப்படியே
Artificial snowfall, yeah. Artificial snowfall. Artificial snowfall in Ilangudi. Yeah, bhai.
இது டைப் பண்ணுற மாதிரி எதுவும் வழி இருக்கா இல்லையா?
காப்பி காட்டி விட்டுருவா.
ஆக்கி விட்றேன்.
ஜாக்கி ஏதாவது ஒன்று இங்கே ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணுறேன். இதை சேஞ்ச் அதே கடைசி வரைக்கும் அதே ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணுவேன். ஆமாம் அப்படியே இது ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுற வரைக்கும் முடிச்சிங்க. நான் இங்கே ஆடியோ ஆஃப் பண்ணுறேன்.
ஓகே
அது ஏற்கனவே லீக் தானே புரியுது.
லைஃப் ஸ்டைல் வேலை தான் தோணுங்க பண்ணலாம். ஃபோன்லாம் பண்ணி பேசுறியா நீ?
எப்படி ஜென்ரேட் இந்த லிங்க் காப்பி பண்ணிடுறாங்க. செட்டிங்ஸில் போய் வால்யூம்
இதில் செட்டிங்ஸில் வால்யூம்ங்கிறாரு.
இதில்
மியூசிக் போட்டு ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணி கேட்குறீங்களா? மியூசிக் போட்டு கேட்கும்போது எப்படி
ஆனால் நீங்கள் இதில் ப்ளே பண்ண போகிற வீடியோ இருந்தால் தாங்க
இங்கே மாற்றி விடணும். பேக் போடலாமா? எங்கே சவுண்ட் இருக்கா?
சவுண்ட் இருக்குது. சவுண்ட்
எங்கே சவுண்டுனா இல்லை, இது யாரை போய் சவுண்ட் இந்த வரி வரும்போது போயிடும். அது
அட்ஜஸ்ட் பண்ணலாம். பாருங்க
கூட கவர் ஆகலான்னு பாருங்கள். ஜூம்
இப்போ ஓகே. இப்படியே லிங்க் வந்துருச்சா?
நானே அனுப்பி விட்டுட்டேன். ஜூம் வருது. அங்கிட்டு வைக்கணும்டா சொல்லுவோம்.
ஜாக்கி கேட்காத ஜாக்கி, இங்கே மைக் ஆன் பண்ணிட்டாங்கன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க.
ஒன்றும் கேட்காது.
மைக் ஆன் பண்ணிட்டாங்க. இதை அட்ஜஸ்ட் பண்ணிக்கலாம்.
நீங்கள் மைக்கை ஆன் பண்ணிட்டு ஒருத்தர் கேட்டு பாருங்கள், அப்போ தான் உங்களுக்கு தெரியும். அது இது
இதில் சரி, இது உங்கள்கிட்ட உங்களுடைய இது இருக்கா? அதாவது
ஹெட்செட்டா?
இந்த இன்விடேஷன் கொடுத்தா உங்களுடைய வாட்ஸ்அப் பண்ணிக்கலாம்.
இதிலே இருக்கும்போது
இன்னொரு இருக்கானா
இன்னைக்கு அனுப்புனேன் எனக்கு.
எவ்வளோ டிலே
அனுப்ப மாட்டேன்.
இப்படியே ஒரு கையில் போயிட்டு
மதுரையில் இருக்கும் கீழே
சுற்றி வர வேண்டியது இந்த பக்கம் ஓட்டு.
பக்கத்துலேயே தான் இருக்கும்.
டோனி உன் சார்ஜர் எடுத்துகிட்டு வச்சுங்க ஒன்றும் பிரச்சனை.
ஆமாம் சார்ஜர் கொடுத்துருக்கேன்.
ஏய் ஒன்றும் இல்லைடா டேய் டோனி. ஏய் டேய் டேய் இட்ஸ் ஓகே இட்ஸ் ஓகே.
சரி.
ஆனால் ஏற்கனவே அந்த லைட் நமக்கு டிஸ்டர்ப் பண்ண தான் கேட்குது. ஏற்கனவே அந்த லைட் நமக்கு டிஸ்டர்ப் பண்ண
டிஸ்டர்ப் பண்ணுங்க.
எப்படி அந்த ஸ்க்ரீன் கூட தான் இங்கே மெயின் ஏரியா ஒன்றும் செய்யாது. நம்ம அந்த பக்கம் போய்
ஆர்டிஃபிஷியல் ஸ்னோஃபால்.
Hello, mic testing.
ஏய் டோனி 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 ஏய் டோனி அந்த கேபிள் மட்டும் வந்து
இதானா யார் எங்கே கொண்டு யார்
அவங்களுக்கு
சந்தியாவுக்கு வருவேன்.
அதான் ஓகே.
இந்த லோகோ தூக்கு
அந்த பவர் மட்டும் வச்சுக்கலாம். பவர் வந்து தரேன்.
ராபர்ட் டபுள்னு ஒன்று இருக்குங்க.
இது இவனுக்கு இவனுக்கு தூக்கி விட ஆமாம் அதை தரேன்.
நான் இந்த இன்விடேஷன் இதை கேன்சல் பண்ணிக்கிறேன். இன்விடேஷன் ஒரே ஒரு போட்டு தான் சொல்லி தோனி அந்த உங்கள் யூஎஸ்பி போட்டு மல்டிபிள் போட்டு ஆமாம் அது பேங்கில் ஒன்று இருக்குது.
பேக்கில் ஒரு யூஎஸ்பி மல்டிபிள் போட்டு
சி போட்டுடா.
ஆமாம் ஆமாம் எடுத்துக்கிறா.
அதில் தான்டா இருக்குது. யாரா டோனி
சார்ஜர் இப்போ இருக்குது, கொஞ்சம் நேரம் ஓடட்டும் அப்புறம் போடலாம்.
டோனி இது எப்படியா கணக்கு பண்ண? ஓ இப்படியா?
சரி சரி ஓகே ஆன் ஆயிடுச்சு. அது யாரும் ஆஃப் பண்ணாங்க இருக்கா? ஏய் ஏய் இன்னொன்று ரெடியாக வச்சுருக்கா வேறு தெரியாது.
கொஞ்சம் ஸ்லோவாக ஓடுது. பேசிட்டு ரொம்ப நேரம் எடுத்துருது.
ஆமாம் அது அப்படி தான் வரும். இப்போ சத்தம் பரவாயில்லையா?
கேட்குது ஜாக்கி ஸ்பீக்கர் ஆன் பண்ணிட்டாங்கன்னா இது வந்து கேன்சல் பண்ணலாம். 5 பேர் பார்த்துட்டாங்க.
சுற்றி சரௌண்டிங்ஸ் அப்சர்வ் பண்ணுறேன்.
ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ண தான் முடியாது. அந்த கீழே அந்த பக்கம் பாருங்க. ஏய் ஆல்டர்னேட்டிவ் எதுவும் வச்சுங்கடா உங்களுக்கு அந்த வாட்ஸ்அப் உங்களுக்கு கேமராவுக்கு பாரு திருப்பினா தெரியுது. குறைக்கிறது
time for gain, time for joy and time for pain. Every purpose under heaven has a time.
There's no time, my dear. How can you sing that? There's a time.
Come on, Edison. Keep cool. Relax yourself. What makes you say so?
You and your singing. How can you sing that? There's a time. Today, people are so bustling about the worldly things that they hardly think their own existence even. They don't live, but they worry about their life time and again. They need to laugh. They need to relax. They even need fun and frolic.
Yes, dear guests. At this context, we are here in front of you to make you feel the loving touch of us for a while at least.
This is the most awaited event, the MAXI Academy, to you and to us. Within a few minutes, we are going to watch and enjoy gorgeous performances.
Yes, dear guests. Are you ready to get that powerful packed performances of our young, talented Ignatian buds? Can I expect a round of huge applause from you all?
Without any further delay, let us begin this mega event.
To begin this evening function, let me call upon Brother Sebastian and co. to invoke the Lord of sea and sky,
the Lord of snow and rain.
prayer song.
All over the world, people express their hospitality through many ways. One of the ways is welcoming the other. This gesture of love is expressed in different forms.
Yes, in Africa, Maasai tribes spit on others when they welcome them. You need not worry, he will not do that for you. In other countries, some people hug, some people shake their hands. Even some people, especially in Tamil Nadu, fold their hands together and say, Vanakkam.
Now I invite Brothers Sebastian and Nirmal, who have got their own way of welcoming you all. Welcome, brothers.
Reverend Father Leo Fernando S.J., the Rector of St. Joseph College, Trichy, the Chief Guest of the Day. Reverend Father Stephen Lourdes Pragasam S.J., Province Coordinator for Formation, the Guest of Honor of the Day. My dear fathers, brothers, sisters, and well-wishers, a very pleasant good evening to you all.
Small cheer and great welcome make a merry feast. Yes, dear friends, with joy in our hearts and smile on our face, we are privileged to have the pleasant task of welcoming you all to our MAXI Academy 2023.
Wow! It's a very pleasant twilight, where the sun wanes and the moon waxes, where the rays of the sunlight and the beams of the moonlight blend with each other. Yes, it is a time of union, togetherness and sharing of our love.
He is a hurricane in mission, a forerunner in vision. His simple, edifying life is a real source of inspiration for us. He is none other than Reverend Father Leo Fernando S.J., the Chief Guest of the Day. Your presence is a delight for us all. We are very much glad to welcome you.
We are honored to extend our welcome wholeheartedly to you, Reverend Father Stephen Lourdes Pragasam S.J., Province Coordinator for Formation, as our guest of honor. In spite of all your hectic schedule, you have graciously and humbly accepted our invitation and have come here. We extend your hearty welcome, dear Father.
Our hearts is bubbling with joy to welcome our neighboring parish priests, religious priests, nuns, brothers and families from various congregations. It is you who inspire us in various occasions of our life by your mission. We are proud to welcome you all.
We are immensely pleased to have our own family members, the Jesuits from various communities. We gratefully remember your motherly love and endless care for us. Many of you have made a huge effort to join us today. We offer you our most grateful welcome to you all.
We never fail to remember our friends and well-wishers in and around VM who readily extend a helping hand for all our needs. Welcome, dears. Once again, we offer a bouquet of welcome to you all. Thank you.
Hi, Luz.
Hello, Eddie.
You have got a beautiful diary in your hand. Hi, Luz. Tell me, where did you steal this beautiful diary?
Come on, Eddie, sir. I have not stolen. I just bought this for you.
For me?
Yes, Eddie, the pudding.
Thank you, Luz. But what can I do with this? Will it help me anyway?
Yes, Edison. Writing diary every day is a good habit. It will be the manuscript of your life.
Do you insist that I will be a great man like for a rector one day?
Why not, dear?
I vouch you will be. Thank you, Lord, for your generous prophecy. In that case, from today onwards, I start writing my diary. You could read it later. But now, let us listen to Father Rajshekharan, the director of pre-negotiate, presenting the annual report of VM.
Father, the stage is yours.
Distinguished chief guest of the day, Reverend Dr. Leo Fernando SJ, Director of St. Joseph's College, Trichy, Reverend Father Stephen Lulu Pragas SJ, the Province Coordinator for Formation, Reverend Father Ayero SJ, the Superior of VMI, beloved fathers, sisters, brothers, and dear well-wishers, good evening to you all. With immeasurable joy and gratitude to God, I, Father Rajshekharan SJ, the Director of the Pre-Novitiate, would like to present before you the annual report of our Pre-Novitiate for this academic year, 2022 to 2023. With the 25 zealous pre-novices who set their feet in VMI on 20th June 2022, this academic year was flagged off. The team consisting Reverend Father Ayero as the superior, Reverend Father Rajshekharan as the director, Reverend Father Livingston as the assistant director, Reverend Brother Vinoj as the assistant director, has begun to commit themselves with the spirit of marches, more and more in all that they think, speak, and do for His glory, in putting their heart and soul in forming the young minds this year. The academic program of 2022 to 2023 unfolded with the inauguration of the Holy Spirit Mass on 27 June 2022, presided over by Father Stephen Lulu Pragas, the PCF, the Province Coordinator for Formation, who highlighted the objective and expectations of this formation stage and urged the pre-novices to heighten the spirits to level up to the expectancy. Having experienced the adversities of Corona, which impacted heavily on our educational system, further the foundation and further the frontiers was the overarching theme of the year. The focus of our pre-novitiate lies on the psycho-spiritual, intellectual, communitarian, cultural, and apostolic formation of the pre-novices. Hence, the content and the execution of the program is holistic. Psycho-spiritual formation. Every visit to the Blessed Sacrament at the beginning and at the end of the day gives the pre-novices the needed energy and the impetus to look into themselves and set them right to the call of the Lord. The spiritual guide meets them every month, and the director meets them individually once in the 3 months, apart from the regular feedbacks. And some special courses are arranged to build up their psychological well-being. It is made sure that the families freely open up their inner fabrics and grow and glow healthily. The monthly recollections led by Father Ayero and the other invited Jesuit priests renew the spirit of the pre-novices and provide them with a cheerful countenance. Besides the regular recollections, the annual Triduum this year, led by Father L.X. Jerome, S.J., the spiritual father to the Jesuit classics in Clive's Trichy, comes to them as an intense moment to decide their path of life and to sharpen their vocation. The pre-novices were started to witness their inborn talents, which were lying dormant, had been resurrected as they were introduced to the personality development and group dynamics course, coupled with psychosexual integration course by Reverend Father Tamil Selvan, OFM Camp. To know the pre-novices more profoundly from their background, the director and the assistant directors arranged the visit to the families of the pre-novices and got to know them and their background from which they hailed from. thus has broadened the formator's perceptions on the formies, and has helped to widen the contact with the formies family and their locality. In intellectual formation, the created academic ambience in VMI has thus provided the reasonable time to hone up the pre-novices' communicative skills. The pre-novices were given much importance in building up their basic structure in English primarily. We literally had to start from the scratch, the alphabets and etc. It was also the need of the hour to boost up their proficiency in Tamil language too. We gratefully acknowledge the availability and the dedicated service done by Mr. Sivakumar, the Tamil teacher, who helped the pre-novices to improvise their reading and writing skills in Tamil. The English grammar class handled by Livingston, Father Livingston, has set them right in their written English, and vocabulary class handled by Brother Vinoj has indeed mesmerized them with its new arrival every day. Through phonetics handled by Father Rajasegaran, the pre-novices were slowly acquainted with the accent of the native speakers in English. They are also introduced to the contemporary media-influenced news, and thereby to expand their vocabulary through the news analysis classes. Using the available resources both in online and the offline, the pre-novices are also given training to find out common errors in the English usage. They are also equipped with IELTS, International English Language Test, inputs at this early stage itself. At times, the change from the confined, conventional classroom setup to freelance places such as the terrace of VMI building, the basketball court, and even to the extent of the paddy field, has led to the fruitful ambience where we had intellectual formation. WWW method, what we want, where went wrong, has helped the formees to evaluate themselves in every month and set goals for the following month to improve upon in all the possible opportunities that are provided in VMI. The general and spirituality classes, namely on Christian faith, Jesuits history, Gospels and sacraments, and the introduction to liturgy were handled by Father Ayerul, has placed them in a right track in preparing them for the novitiate in future. The afternoon and the night table readings, corrected by Father Rajasegaran and Brother Vinoj, has trained them to read in English confidently. Everyday mass readings were checked constantly by Father Ayerul. His availability and eagerness in training the pre-novices at his diamond age, he is celebrating his diamond jubilee this year, deserves much appreciation. Courses offered in VMI. There are a handful of courses arranged for the pre-novices in enhancing their intellectual capacity. To name a few, such as How to Study by Reverend Father John Kennedy S.J. To set the right tone to the whole year, the Orientation Program by Reverend Father Dhairyam S.J. Courses on Folklore and Street Theatre by Mr. Arun and Mr. Franklin for a week-long accompaniment. To understand the societal structure and to answer the questions that the pre-novices carry from the ministry places, the Social Analysis course by Reverend Father Kulandai S.J., the Psycho-Spiritual Growth course by Father Tamil Selvan, OFM Camp, Introduction to the Western and Carnatic Music course by Father Rajasegaran, and the Handicraft, Artistic cum Decorative Works by Sister Maria of the Italian Sisters Congregation. In order to make them fit and energized by the proper training in games, basketball coaching was arranged by Mr. Doss, the PET teacher. Thrice in a week, ceaseless composition, correction, done for the pre-novices has indeed enhanced their writing skills in English. Every day in the morning, the voice culture has helped to culture their voices and to make them confident in speaking in English with the proper pronunciation, along with the proper diction pertaining to every word in English. apostolic and communitarian formation. Nexus 2022 is the theme for this academic year Community Days. For about 15 days of closely coming together as a one community in spirit, it divided into smaller groups, provided an ample opportunity to identify the cultural, sportive, and literary talents of our formees, and let them grow in acceptance and tolerance in each other's privileged resources. And thus has been witnessed in the event of Banjara 2022, the Family Day, organized on the 3rd December 2022. Their concealed talents were showcased to their family members, and the tears rolled out were fitting response from the side of their family. Today, the MAXI 2023 is yet another milestone which creates the opportunity to develop the organizational skills besides discovering their mine of skills. Adapting to the rapid changes and challenges in the society, to respond efficiently, the pre-novices are exposed to the harsh reality of life through the direct encounter with the parishness of Thiruvayaru, Thirumanur, Archanur, Kaniyiruppu, Mela Thirupanduruthi, and Pavanamangalam. This exposure has helped them grow to be sensitive and sensible towards the poor and the disadvantaged section of humanity. Special features of the campus. As you can see, the green pastures of the campus with a lot of new plants, the colorful, self-sufficient, glittering light arrangements have become possible with the creative ideas by Father Livingston, who recognizes the need of the hour and accomplishes with his priceless contribution. We have an additional member to the VMI campus, namely Mr. Jairaj, as a farm in charge, who tirelessly work in our farm and guard the campus without fail. This year, we have successfully replaced the age-old generator with a new high-volt, powerful, technology-supported generator, which could provide the ample power supply to the campus. Laudato Si has spoken loudly about the eco-consciousness to be taken seriously. And so, our farmers are introduced to feel the touch of the soil by way of allowing them to put their hands into our farming land. Thus has resulted bumper crop twice this year. Words of gratitude. On behalf of the VMI community and all its members, I profusely thank Reverend Dr. Leo Fernando SJ, the Rector of St. Joseph College, Trichy, who has graciously consented to be the chief guest of the day. Let me place on record the committed and dialogical leadership offered by Reverend Dr. Dennis Ponnaya SJ, the Provincial of Jesuit Madurai Province, the prompt permission and guidance facilitated by Reverend Father Stephen Lourdes Pragasam SJ, the Province Coordinator for Formation, who takes keen interest in the well-being of the formees and the formators. With a generous heart, the financial support rendered by Reverend Father Maria Jo SJ, the Treasurer of Jesuit Madurai Province, with an incalculable joy and gratitude. I thank you all and salute you all for your timely assistance. I extremely thank all the diocesan priests and sisters of Kumbakonam and Tanjavur for your continual support, cordial friendship, and especially those who guide our pre-novices during their weekend ministry. I honestly express my gratitude to Father Ayerul, the Superior of VMI, who stands by us and helps us in every possible way. I sincerely acknowledge the yeoman service rendered by Father Livingston, who shouldered many responsibilities and supported sincerely this VMI house to be a better place. I earnestly thank Brother Vinod SJ, who has been with me like my shadow and supported me in all endeavors, whose committed and relentless support is noteworthy. I thank the Lord for this great opportunity to stand before you all as the director of the pre-novitiate for 2 years. And I thank you all for your patient listening. In Christ, Father Rajasekharan, the director, Jesuit pre-novitiate, Vilangudi, 16 April 2023, Sunday. Thank you very much.
human being is nothing but a bundle of feeling. Yes, of course, we all of us have different bundles of feelings. We differ from each other when we express them in different forms.
Mime is a form through which the persons express their feelings. Now I invite vmijesuits to capture on a splendid piece of music into their rhythmic gestures to express the present scenario.
Time for mime. Thank you, brothers. If you want to keep
your promise.
If you want to read
Good books.
if you want to dress
Dress the wounds of others.
if you want to kill
Kill your pride.
if you want to die
Die for a cause.
if you want to listen to
Listen to the speech of our pre-novices.
yes, our pre-novices are ready to throw their words of wisdom from their treasury. Are you ready, Edison?
Yes, I am. Time for declamation.
Good evening to all. Be the change. The only thing constant is to change. Everything in the universe, including you, is in a constant state of change. From the twinkling stars in the galaxy, as they come into being, to the very cells in our bodies, change is the order of the day. As the famous philosopher Heraclitus underlines, the essence of life is to change. Nothing in life is permanent. Now, can it be? Because the very nature of existence is change. Change can be positive, bringing with it new opportunities and experiences. Change can also lead to growth and self-discovery. It can push us out of our comfort zones and cause us to think in new ways. It can lead to progress, improvement, and success. On the other hand, change can be negative, leading to disappointment, frustration, and anxiety. It can lead to loss, hardship, and regret. Change can challenge our values and beliefs and cause us to question our purpose. It can be overwhelming and confusing. Don't you believe me? Don't you get convinced? Okay, let me call upon my friends from heaven who brought change into our society through their walk the talk. Yes, Mr. Ambedkar, Ms. Gauri Langesh, and Reverend Father Stan Swami.
I have always found it odd that with change occurring many times, we resist it at every turn. It has to be the height of insanity, resisting change in an ever-changing universe.
If you want to have a better, more fulfilling life, it is crucial that you become more adaptive to change, develop strategies and beliefs that will enable you to handle the change that will surely occur in your life.
How well do you adapt? Do you cling to old beliefs and habits even though they are not serving your own best interest? Are you hanging on to a past that no longer exists? Or do you welcome change, knowing that it will be for the better? I remember Father Nobili, who adapted himself to the new circumstance of Tamil culture and proved himself a learned sannyasi and excelled in Tamil literature.
Yes, I second it. I read about Father Nobili also. He is an excellent model for the progressive societal change that anyone who wishes for.
Oh, wait, a word of caution.
What kind of change that you desire for?
I desire the change that teaches liberty, equality, and fraternity, I measure progress of a community by the degree of progress which women have achieved.
I desire the change that imparts of human rights at the forefront, makes me a part of the game, not of the silent spectator.
I desire the change that upholds truth against the power. Kill me if you can, but my ideas are bulletproof.
One way to develop a welcoming attitude towards change is to cultivate a strong faith in a power greater than yourself, a higher power. Learn to trust in God.
Another is to maintain a strong belief that no matter what happens, you will get through it. You know deep in your hearts that you are bigger than any outside force or circumstance.
Look back over your life. I think you will agree that every situation you encounter was, in the end, for a greater good. Learn to look for the opportunity in every situation rather than dwell on the negatives.
Remember,
no matter how change is seen, it is a constant and necessary part of life. Change is a reminder that life is ever evolving and that we must constantly adjust and adapt.
Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free,
where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls,
where the words come out from the depth of truth, where toilless striving stretches its arms towards perfection,
where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of death habit,
where the mind is led forward by thee into ever widening thought and action.
Promise yourself, your family, that you will pursue your dreams to the best of your ability. Decide now that you will succeed. Your dreams could be
acquiring proficiency in English,
could be a social activist, challenging the government policies on tribal rights,
could be a journalist fighting for truth against pseudo-patriotism.
You and only you can decide to act. Whatever you want in life, it is there waiting for you. All you need to do is to decide what you want and take action. And in the words of Sir Winston Churchill, add the slogan to your life: never, never, never give up.
Continue a quest to reach your full potential as a human being. Make it a practice to read positive personal growth materials for 20 to 30 minutes each day.
Cultivation of your mind should be the ultimate aim of your existence.
Become a stoker of ideas and inspiration.
Everything you do produces a result. It may not always be the result you are looking for, but it is in fact a result. You have not failed.
It is okay to make mistakes.
It is okay to feel embarrassed.
It is okay to be left alone.
To reach your goals and truly live the life of your dreams, you may have to take some chances, and that is
right now,
right here,
right away.
What stops most of us from acting is the fear that we may fail. So what? Just go out and do it. One of the causes of the fear is the quality of questions we ask ourselves. All of us too often, we ask poor questions like, what if I fail? What if it does not work? Instead, why not ask, what if I succeed? Wherever you are at this moment, know that
you can be the change of your life.
You can be the savior of others.
You are the change the country needs today.
Be the change.
Thank you.
Thank you, dear brothers, for your thought-provoking speech in the form of declamation. To dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorrow, to run as the brave that I'd go. This is my quest, to follow that star.
The star with a burning zeal. Yes, the star in the east.
Here we go.
Let us all witness that star moving ahead of his time and a great pioneer in inculturation.
We, the Jesuits and the pre-novices of VMI, proudly present the star in the east. Robert de Nobile.
The play, The Star in the East, on the life of Robert de Nobile. So, let me invite Brother Costin to invite you all into the play. Come on, let us go.
The star in the east. Contextualization is one of the biggest controversial phenomena which has a different connotation that looks to be depriving the meaning of the Holy Bible. Some missionary thinks that being contextualized mission strategies lead us to failure and end up with a heretical segment, whereas some missionary is taking advantage of being contextualized in their mission strategies to reach out to different people and communities and end up with a successful ministry. Father Robert Di Nobili, the Italian Jesuit, is one of the pioneers who contextualized his strategies to reach out to Indians. Father Robert Di Nobili's career may be divided into 4 periods. The first, at the age of 30, he settled down at Madurai as an Indian sannyasi. The second, the foundation of a genuinely Indian church by gathering around him some 200 high-caste neophytes and elaborating with this method of adaptation. The third, the extraordinary trials which put his virtue to a severe test. The fourth, he got encouraged by the approbation of the Holy See. He left Madurai and travelled about southern India and Ceylon, sowing the good seed and founding those Catholic centers. At the end, being partially blind and unable to do active missionary work, he dictated his Tamil works. He breathed his last in Mylapore, Chennai. Due to time constraints, the play portrays the first 3 periods and mentions some glimpses of the rest. The play begins with the ashram setup, where a Jesuit sannyasi Arulananda extols the adaptation methods of Father Robert Di Nobili to a researcher. The play journeys with dances, songs, soliloquies, and intentionally added Tamil scenes built in. The play is based on 3 books written on Father Robert Di Nobili, namely Pearl to India by Vincent Cronin, His Star in the East by Father Solia S.J. and revised by Father Rajamanikam S.J. We also greatly acknowledge the strenuous effort made by Father Cyril Debrule S.J., whose play, Even to the Indies, is the inspirational source for this play, The Star in the East. Why the name, The Star in the East? The name seemed to us the apt title for this play, The Life of Robert Di Nobili. Like the Star of Bethlehem, Nobili led to Christ the Savior, not only the Brahmins, but open to about 30,000 Indians to whom Christ was the light for the revelation of the Gentiles. He was also a kind of forerunner who could inspire the church to open the window to let the fresh air in the Vatican II. He was the founder of the Madurai mission, and he in a way beaconed both the Madurai and Chennai provinces of Jesuit order today. And now the stage is set. The milieu is boosted with your presence. The pre-novices are ready. Are you ready?
அருள் பெரும் ஜோதி 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 அருள் பெரும் ஜோதி. Swami Arunananda?
Yes?
Glad to meet you, Father. Sorry, Swami.
That's okay.
I am a historian doing my research on the impact of an Eastern culture on Western religions.
Please keep your bag there.
Thank you, Swami. I have heard a lot about the new religious approaches in Christianity that you have adopted, and I have come from a long way to witness it myself. Wow, what a wonderful place is this, Swami.
Thank you very much. Please be seated. I think you're tired. Can I serve a cup of water for you?
Thank you, Swami. I am so tired.
May I know your good name, please?
I am Edison, Swami.
Edison, you are welcome to this VMI ashram anytime. Many people come here and leave this place with a profound experience. I began this simple ashram 22 years ago, and not a single day have I regretted my decision. I faced much opposition in the beginning from those of the ecclesiastical hierarchy, but I guess the Lord always has His way.
Thank you, Swami, for this cup of water.
You are welcome.
I was told that prior to taking to this way of life as a Swami, I think you were a parish priest at St. Stanislaus Parish. Was your decision to this way of life easily accepted to a Jesuit provincial?
That's a wonderful question. Actually, my provincial was very supportive of this venture. However, there were other Jesuit companions who were highly critical about the whole scene.
If that is the case, what is it that kept you going? I guess it must have been something really significant that caused you to give up the comforts of city Paris life, make you change your entire lifestyle, change your name from Gracian Carlos to Swami Arunananda, and even drop off your cassock to put on the garb of an Indian Swami, that too a Jesuit sannyasi.
My dear, not all handsome men marry. Some do become Jesuits.
What is it?
Yes. Anyway, I'm surprised. You know quite a lot of me. But what you think as something tough came as a challenge to me. I felt the call for this way of life so strong in the midst of my struggle.
The one person who gave me encouragement was the life of our very own Father Robert Di Nobili. Have you heard of him?
Father Robert Di Nobili? I heard about Di Nobili College in Pune. Does this have something to do with this Father Robert Di Nobili?
Yes, very much. He was one of the pioneering Jesuits who came all the way from Italy to take the roots in the Indian soil and to carry out the mission of spreading the message of the gospel by appropriating the culture and lifestyle of our Indian people. Robert Di Nobili's life can be described as one of the most momentous journey ever undertaken by the human mind. As it says on the cover of Vincent Cronin's biography on Di Nobili.
Could you tell me something more about this Father Robert Di Nobili?
Yes, come on, let us discuss.
Roberto Di Nobili was born in Rome in September 1577 of an illustrious family that claimed descent from the Emperor Otto III. His was a long line of governors, consuls and generals in the papal army as well as Capitani al Governo. It was the age of St. John of the Cross, of Philip Neri and Charles Borromeo. It was the time of Francis de Sales, Teresa of Avila and Robert Bellamy. Palestrina was writing Jerusalemme Liberata, that resounding poem that echoed Christian war cries against the Turks. Old religious orders and congregations were being reorganized, the new ones were being founded. Schools, colleges and seminaries were being opened in just about every country of Europe to train priests, not only to champion the Counter-Reformation, but also to carry the good news to the remote countries of Asia and Africa to compensate for those nations that Roman Catholicism had lost. By the way, I shall come to the point. Belonging to an aristocratic noble family, Robert, at an early age, he felt the call of the Lord to join the Society of Jesus and become a priest. Let's see how the Di Nobilis took this whole idea of Robert joining newly formed Jesuit order.
Bloody hell! I have given that wretched son of mine too much liberty, I think. This is what happens when you are too understanding to this modern day young people. I slave and work my fingers to the bone for him. And now he thinks he can tell me what to do and how things are to be done. And he now thinks of himself as my father, my father. Ha! Here comes the big hero arrives, and you want to know why I'm so bloody mad? It's him, because of my son, Roberto Di Nobili. And if you can't stomach my language, you can very well clear it out. We, the Nobilists, believe in calling a spade, and not an agricultural unit. So, what have you to say for yourself, huh? Good evening, Father. Good evening, Father. That's what you have to say for yourself, you little intriguing rascal.
Father, if I am intriguing, it would mean that I'm a well-enculturated Italian nobleman, as you have always been telling me you want me to be.
Don't change the subject with your ridiculous anachronisms, young man. What's wrong with you, huh? Kausa is castle. You have the whole world at your feet, related to two popes, own sizable estates in and out of Rome, and the darling of every mother with a marriageable daughter. Look, if we want to embark on an ecclesiastical career, while the highest honors are yours for the asking, and why must it be as a very Jesuits whose members take a walk? So I'm told they not even accept a bishopric.
It is because I am not interested in a career along the lines you have worked out for me. Father, I am sorry to disappoint you. I don't want to seem ungrateful to you. But if God calls, no human consideration should stop us. Nessun separarmi.
And that, I suppose, is your justification for disobedience and taking the law into your own hands. pains me very much to leave home, you and mother. But I am of age, and I've thought about it and prayed over it a great deal. And I think it was most unfair on your part to refuse permission to my heart's desire to try and influence me using your powerful connections, Father. It was only for your own good. Damn it, Father! I'm not a child anymore. We, the nobilis, are not accustomed for letting others decide our future for us. Not only when we are adults, but when these others are the ones who we love most dearly, Father. Yes, my son! Yes! You have spoken! Come in! You have spoken like a true nobly. I guess I must stop thinking of you as my little boy to be one for whom I must make a decision. Father, there is nothing I want to do more, man to man. But when you refuse your permission, in spite of all my attempts to explain and appeal to you, I suddenly remembered Father Fabius' example. Ha! Father Fabius, your relative from your mother's side and not mine. Whatever. Well, he went ahead and joined the Jesuits, the teeth of the most violent opposition, even when his relatives had pursued the Pope to intervene. Father, you have other sons. It's not like Father Fabius' case, where his entry brought an end to that family. And a damn noble line was too, going all the way to Fabius, the Contemptor, who saved Rome from the Hannibals himself. Me, I have got nothing against the religion, but we have other loyalties and allegiance to consider. Father, no loyalty or allegiance is greater than silence. You young upstart, I will not have any son of mine most treasonous words against his family and his line. And just because I refused you, you disappeared without telling me after 2 years. Father, I believe if God really called me and you had no legitimate reasons to refuse, He would take care of me. I have no preconceived plan. What? You venture off just like that into an unknown territory, knowing nothing of the place? Father, I went to Naples, not to the ends of the earth, and God was with me. I found a noble person to whom I told enough of my identity so as not to bring on my ease to the search parties you were scouring on the land for me. Until you are found hearing Mass in the Jesuit church in Naples about my father's business. But when my sponsors learned that my only desire was to become a priest, they supported me. To my surprise, they had even better connections than you, Father. And so, for political and other reasons, my concern to entering this pack of bloody justice is wrested from me against my will. But tell me, my son, why of all these various possibilities, even as a cleric, why these bureaus, these bloody Jesuits? Well, maybe it was those annual letters that Jesuits in remote places
wrote to their Father General, which were published to win interest and support. One of my earlier memories was of Mother reading to us those tales of faraway lands, heroism and courage.
Yeah, Mother, I knew there had to be a stupid man's son in it somewhere. Why can't they keep to their pots and pans and nurture private romantic notions? Here, we men slog it out to build our sons a career. But these mean folk come along and jeopardize all with their silly stories.
They aren't silly stories, Father. They are very manly stories of very manly deeds. And I'd love to go to the Japan or even to the Indies.
So, you want to be the star in the East?
Yes, I will. If God wants, of course, I will.
Now you stop right there. Have you gone crazy? The K is just did. Do we know what the people in those lands are like? Savage barbarians with no culture or morals.
Well, the annual letters seem to imply that they are very cultured people. And even if they are, what do you say? All the more reason to
this conversation ends at this point.
Father,
enough! When I gave you my grudging concern to entering this pack of bloody justice, I had no idea that you are leaving your family and your country and trying to be the star in the East. But I am sure that Duchess Carafa wasn't aware that this was the part of the idea. Go and join the novitiate of yours. But I refuse to approve of any such plans of sending you to China, Japan, or any such barbarian place.
Father, to these people must be us who seem barbarous and incultured, without pride and narrow-mindedness. Father, in any case, once I am a Jesuit, to be my superiors who will decide my future.
No, the novelist bows to any superior, or no son of mine will call anyone except his father, his superior. Go and join the novitiate of yours. You have won the first round, but let's see who wins the next.
And you have only one guess as to who won the final round. Can you guess? You sister? Will you try? Yes, sister. I heard you. That's Dean Obili. Oh, poor Pierre. His father. He tried very hard indeed. But in the end, he reconciled himself, and Robert left his family and set out for then the gateway to India, Portugal.
கேட்போமே அது தப்பா போனா உடங்கெடுத்து கேள்வி கேட்போமே கைபேசி செல்லுதானே ஒரு புள்ளைய கட்ட ஊரெல்லாம் அந்த தொல்லைய வளர்த்த ஏழை நாட்டில் விஞ்ஞானமே அழகின்ற நாட்டில் ஞானத்தப்பா கொஞ்சம் இல்லை போரியும் இல்லை அது மக்கள் நலம் காட்டுப்படா விஞ்ஞானமே அழகின்ற நாட்டில் ஞானத்தப்பார் கொஞ்சம் இல்லை போரியும் இல்லை அது மக்கள் நலம் காட்டுப்படா
Father Bethel, welcome to Madurai.
Thank you, Father Fernandez.
It's okay, my dear. I have observed that you have taken him with the local dances. Is it?
Yes, Father.
Well, don't waste your time with all this, or else very soon these very people will make you dance according to their tunes.
Father, at first I had a feeling that I landed on an alien planet. Everything out here seemed so strange. But as I moved along, I began to enter into the art and the spirit of life of these people. Madurai is a beautiful, prosperous, densely populated city. Students crowd the temple porticos. Expensive goods are for sale. Gaily caparisoned horses and elephants are everywhere. In fact, I soon learned that it had been a flourishing city even before the time of Christ, with its own university, capital of Pandya kingdom. Father, even to our own time, Marco Polo had described it as the best and the finest province in the whole world.
My dear young man, I'll have you know that I have lived here among these miserable wretches for the past 11 years, much longer than you have been in India altogether. Before that, I already knew this country as a Portuguese soldier. I knew these natives like a palm of my own hand. I have worked like a trojan for them, and all I received from them is impolite contempt and indifference. It's just that these unfortunates, in their ignorance, just don't know what's best for them. All I have to say to you at this moment is be prudent and measure your steps carefully.
Alright, let's go to the Jesuit house.
You see, right from the beginning of Roberto's missionary journey, conflicts began to arise with his own Jesuit companions on opinion regarding the locals and their customs and beliefs. Roberto was a man of dreams, while Fernandez was caught up with his own orthodox beliefs.
So, what was the outcome of all this conflict?
Well, see for yourself. Come on.
Father Provincial, how are you? I hope you are well.
Very well, Father Dean Nobly. I'm just tired with all this travel, mainly on horseback. Please sit, Father, let us discuss. Well, Father, how do you and India get on?
Father, when I was writing to the provincial, I was unable to find my words to express my gratitude to my superiors for sending me to this wonderful country to serve God and His people. Father, I must confess that I took a bit of time to get used to this weather, and shortly after my arrival, I almost got carried off by fever. But now, I'm quite adapted to the blazing sun of these parts. Father, I'm ready to go wherever you wish to send me.
Well, Father, that's just what I wanted to speak to you about. Please be seated, Father. I have something more to say. My long journey has convinced me that the time has come for us to strike further inland. Too long have we built churches and settlements along the coasts and islands, protected by Portuguese guns and winnings, reluctant and half-hearted converts. But now the time has come for the cross to outset the flag and move into interior, into the real heart of South India. And so,
Father, are you considering me for this experiment? Why, Reverend Father? I don't know what to say. Father, I'm more than ready, and thank you for this trust.
Father Robert.
Yes, Father.
Sir, the great missionary. What did your provincial have to say?
Father Fernandez, you must hear this. Father Provincial has put before me a new challenge. He thinks that it might be a good idea for me to get into the culture of these people.
Don't waste your time. I repeat it. Don't waste your time. I told you this in the beginning. I'll tell it to you once more.
But it sounds so exciting, Father. I would love to get into the culture of these people. And for this, the first thing I have to do is learn the language of the people, I guess.
Language? That too. Tamil language?
Yes, Father.
You will have a hard time, man.
the dynamic Italian Jesuit thus took his first step into completely alien culture. He was determined and plunged himself totally into learning the language of locals under the guidance of an able teacher.
எல்லாம் நல்லா இருக்கீங்களா? நான் இன்னைக்கு உங்களுக்கு தமிழ் இலக்கணம் சொல்லி தர போறேன். நான் சொல்றதை திருப்பி சொல்லுங்க பாப்போம். கசட தபர கசட தபர எரல வளல எரல வளல ஞான நமன யாருப்பா இது? வெள்ளக்காரர் வந்திருக்காரு.
I would like to learn Tamil.
You study Tamil. Nice joke, nice joke. Tamil படிக்க வந்திருக்காராமா. Difficult, not at all impossible.
Yes, that's why I have come here.
Difficult, not at all impossible.
Yes, that's why I have come here.
One time get it, two time get it, many times get it. Difficult, not at all impossible.
Yes, that's why I have come here.
நீ விட மாட்டாடா. Sitting. Tell him.
How can we say God in Tamil?
கடவுள்.
Kaudan?
இல்ல, கவுடன் இல்ல, கடவுள்.
கடவுள். Any other word for God?
ஆண்டவர்.
ஆண்டவர்?
ஆண்டவனா கோமனா. ஆண்டவர்.
ஆண்டவர்.
Study.
Wow. 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 Amma. Appa. Amma. Appa. Amma. Appa. What is it? Chapta. Nano. Kerip. Son. Ol. Disay. Man. Water. Kari. Karinai. Sayur. Haram. Polu. Tippo. Annai. Tannai. Saivam. Ada. Venchu. Puri. Venchu. Tanmayai. அழைத்து வந்துவிட்டது. பாவலன் நாவலன் கலைவாணி அருளை பரிபூர்ணமாக பெற்ற கவிஞர். ஆண்டவருடைய ஆவி என்மேல் உள்ளது. ஏனெனில் அவர் எனக்கு அருள் பொழிவு செய்துள்ளார். ஏழைகளுக்கு நற்செய்தி அறிவிக்கவும், சிறைப்பட்டோர் விடுதலை பெறுவர், பார்வையற்றோர் பார்வை பெறுவர் என முழங்கிடவும், ஆண்டவர் தரும் அருள் தரும் ஆண்டினை முழங்கிடவும் அவர் எனக்கு அறிவித்துள்ளார்.
எப்பூரா
ஐயா,
உனக்கு என்னடா வேணும்?
இவர் சொன்னதை நான் அப்படியே இங்கிலீஷ்ல சொல்லலாமா?
இங்க சொல்லு பாப்போம்.
The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because He has anointed me to bring good news to the poor. He has sent me to proclaim release to the captives and recovery of sight to blind, to let the oppressed go free. This is what He said in Tamil.
என்னடா நான் இங்கிலீஷ்ல ஏறா சொல்றேன்னா நீ எழுத வார்த்தை பேசுற. குருவே மிஞ்சிட்டாங்க எல்லாம்.
Thank you. நன்றி சுவாமி.
வாழ்க வளமுடன்.
ஐயோ
Father Dinobili, Father Dinobili.
What's the matter, Father?
May I ask you just what is the meaning of this?
Father, it's a copy of the letter which I sent to the provincial, which I left for you to read. It gives my assessment to the situation here and suggests why, in my opinion, we have hardly been able to make any headways over all these years. Father, I have also added concrete proposals with a request for permission to try them out.
My dear young man, I'll have you know that I have lived here among these miserable wretches for the past 11 years. Much longer than you have been in India altogether. Before that, I already knew this country as a Portuguese soldier. I know these natives like a palm of my own hand. I have worked like a Trojan for them, and all I see from them is impolite contempt and indifference. It's just that these unfortunates, in their ignorance, just don't know what's best for them.
Father Fernandez, nowhere in my report did I in any way question your sincerity, your dedication, and hard work. I just suggested that perhaps another approach was required.
And you think techniques instead of prayer will save their son?
Father, I never ruled out prayer. That stands as ever. It's just the new methods, new techniques to use your words seem to be called for.
Yes! These compromising blasphemous words, you'll only make a laughing stock of yourself and what is more, of Holy Mother Church.
With all due respect, Father, we have already made ourselves a laughing stock and an object of opprobrium among these extremely cultured people. Father, we have offended just about every canon of decency and etiquette among them. And we have the audacity to invite them to live this way of life that would be degrading with the most vile and disgusting conduct known to them. This, we tell them, is what it means to worship the Christian God. How can you expect the best and the finest among them to follow us? It's only the seeker of power who will influence and join us.
Just what is all this drivel supposed to mean, Father Dinobili?
Father, we cannot blame these people if they judge us according to their social norms and customs. We have been doing that to them ever since we Europeans set foot in their land. Now, the first thing they do when they meet a new person is to inquire him after his caste. To find the answer to that question, they observe very careful things like how often we wash, how we treat women, and what we eat. From what they see, they conclude that we are people who observe no caste rules.
What?
And so belong beneath the lowest of all castes with the untouchables and outcasts. Father, they then call us beef-eating foreigners, Parangis, and we accept it. And Parangis are more polluting than any other polluting caste in the world. When the Parangi religion appears to them as the last resort of criminals who protect themselves with Portuguese powers and guns, which no one else has access.
Hold your tongue, young man. I'll have you know. Do you not recognize the hand of the devil in all this? Let these people who know better reject us and cast us off as fools. Fools. Are we not ready to receive these insults and humiliations as the livery of Christ? And does not this make the few converts be made all the more safe? The less they have to deal with these brutes, the better. For there is less danger this way of falling them back into their heathenish old ways.
Father, you continue in your approach, and I, if I'm given permission, will try mine. I feel rightly or wrongly that I cannot ask high caste Hindus to live or choose this way of life that would be degrading to them and put down their horrified rejection as wickedness and depravity. Father, most of all, I do not see that following the gospel as an obligation to live Parangi way of life.
And this is how you intend to live the gospel?
Yes, Father. I have discovered from my conversations that the life nearest to that of religious priests practiced by these people is that lived out by a small group of dedicated men called sannyasis.
Sannyasis? Dedicated men?
Their way of life involves 3 traditional vows. As we all know them, in many ways, even more radically, Father, I am resolved to live and dress like them.
You? Like them?
To move from place to place, speaking to God, living on alms. If my superiors will allow me to do this on an experimental basis, Father, I am prepared to give it a try.
And that, I suppose, explains your attempts to distance yourself from the mission and speak that pedantic form of Tamil you do?
Yes, Father. It's not because of any motive or pride. It's just to avoid any misunderstandings. And Code Tamil is a style of speaking that is proper to these people.
No! I will also write to the provincial what I think of these disgusting and heretical concessions, and let God be your judge.
Amen to that, Father.
Well, what we saw just now is a little tug of war between Fernandez and Dinoville. Let's see what the provincial of Malabar province, Father Leazio, and his consultor had to say about this whole issue.
Well, dear fathers, though I have lived
21 years in India as a missionary. I was quite astonished to see how well the young and relatively inexperienced Father D. Nobili had been able to assess his situation. His plan is, by any count, breathtaking and revolutionary. But I see nothing crazy or heretical about it. Still, imagine a Christian missionary, almost the only white man in this part of interior South India, dressed in a sannyasi's robe, living on rice and few herbs, and preaching in Tamil. As far as we are concerned, sannyasis are a highly suspicious lot. They are vagabonds for the most part, standing on one leg or on their heads, or keep an arm outstretched until it dries up. They go about half and sometimes stark naked. So, this was our conclusion. Let Father D. Nobili do as he pleases, choose any diet he likes, whomsoever he fancies, but for heaven's sake, let him not live as a Hindu sannyasi.
But serves me right for consulting my consultants. It would not be good to ask their considered opinion and then rejected it, but it's a beginning. It's a pity, after having found so much backing from the church hierarchy, the society should suddenly move backwards.
Although Father Roberto was considered as heathen, he was able to make a very favorable impression on cultured and educated people of Madurai. For the first time, a European was able to converse with Indians on religious questions in their own language and in a manner intelligible to them in their own culture. Now, Father D. Nobili was hailed as a Raja, for people had come to learn as they assumed from his manners, for he was a European noble birth. Though his status as Raja opened up the possibility to become a sannyasi. For sannyasis were recruited only the 3 top castes. This means that he had to, as a price for this, keep distance from the higher caste and have his food cooked by a Brahmin. At last, he made some converts in the higher castes. Keep distance from the lower caste and have his food cooked by a Brahmin. Intelligent and refinement, who were satisfied with the answers, he gave them after a long hours of discussion. When he baptized them, he gave them European names, albeit
Eustace, Francis, and Ignatius. There was a limit in inculturation, and the Second Vatican Council was still a long way off.
I was justifiably horrified to hear that my disciple and relative had degraded himself by going and becoming a parangi, not only a disgrace to his family, but the very worst insult he would have done to me, his teacher. But when I met his new guru, he welcomed me with such courtesy and rare consideration that I was sure he could not be a parangi. And then we had a long and scholarly discussion in such impeccable Tamil. Abdullah Swami, Apadidan.
I am not a parangi. Now I call myself as Tattva Bodhaka, a philosophical teacher seeking for truth.
And I told his estimable guru that I do everything to help him find more disciples. I learned many things from this noble master, Tattva Bodhaka.
After Father D. Nobili took the garb of a sannyasi, he won at heart many more followers. But the things got still worse at the Jesuit residence. Father Fernandez could not stand the fact that Father D. Nobili had indeed got into the culture of people he himself had detested. The conflicts between two became more intense.
Father Fernandez vowed to do all he could to stop what he considered as heathen. Father Robert D. Nobili transformed his entire lifestyle. He not only changed his food habits into pure veg diet, his clothing to that of a sannyasi, his language to Tamil, but also now he moved out from the comforts of the Jesuit residence to form his own ashram amidst the high-caste local Hindus. There he spent his days receiving visitors, conversing with them in their own language as well as in Telugu. Yet adaptation had to stop at the altar in those days. Within a year, Father D. Nobili had opened what he called the Church of Jesus on the Feast of the Annunciation, for he had a special devotion to the Virgin Mary. Thereafter, D. Nobili's Mass were no way different from Father Fernandez, not his own first Mass set in Rome. The liturgy was in Latin and the using wine from Europe.
The great visitor from Rome. Please be seated. Welcome, Father. Welcome to this ashram.
Father Beto, you will be beyond recognition in this attire.
Sit, Father.
Yes. Wow. What a wonderful place, Father. I like it.
Thank you, Father. Please do have a seat.
I like it. Well, let me come to the point. I have been appointed as a visitor to the provinces of Goa and Malabar by Father Superior General Akobio. In his response to the alarming reports sent to him by various responsible people from all over India. I have also received 4 pages letter from Father Fernandez introducing our practices as abominable innovations. Furthermore, you are also accused of allowing the people to continue in their revolting superstitions, such as the wearing of what they call
sacred thread.
Sacred thread. Look at that. Look at that. Just now I told you that sacred thread. Submitted for Fernandez's letter to a group of theologians in Goa for them to give judgment on your methods.
Father, actually, I'm very happy because you have come here a long way to have the first-hand witness of the mission work carried out here. Father, I also suppose that you received my letters, wherein I have described in detail about all the activities carried out here. Father, there is also a special reference of former provincial Father Layasio, who was very supportive for this mission. Father Pimenta, meet my companion, Father Anthony Vico, who have been with me from the very beginning.
Vico! Anthony Vico! You too? And so, the question which I now submit to the consultant and question is, should Mother mission be suppressed or reformed? And the letter, what changes should there be?
Knowing that Father Pimenta was not too happy with the results of the Cochin Council, which he had decided in favor of Father D. Nobili. Father Layasio was able to prevail upon the new provincial to conduct a thorough investigation about D. Nobili in Madurai.
Dear Father, I was one of the 10 witnesses chosen for the investigation. We were a representative group drawn from the various castes, even of different religious beliefs. Some of us could not even read or write.
Thank you, my good man. My dear man, I have not doubt to the sincerity of the response. You may go now. Unfortunately, I am too busy to visit Madurai personally, and lots of blessing work awaits me in Rome. So, I shall simply go by the verdict of 5 Goa theologians I have referred for the implication. I was not at all surprised that they found Dinobili's behavior rash and heretical. The post taken by Father Dinobili and the mission house was clear case of schism. Consequently, his converts are not true Christians, and the superiors of Mother Mission are born under the pain of murder sin to suppress for denouement mischievous and experiment forthwith.
Father Dinobili, what have you to say in response to this decision?
If my enemy had divided me, I could have borne it patiently. But thou, who hast known my inmost thoughts, O Jesuits, Jesuits, but Father Visitor's letter gave me a chance to speak in my defense, and I will, of course, I will.
And don't forget me, Antonio Vico, your brother and friend in the Lord. I have accompanied you in this venture which we both believe in. I will stand by you and help you prepare your defense.
Thank you, Father Anthony Vico. With a brother and friend like you by my side, and with the blessing of God, who knows the righteousness of our cause. Surely, Father, somehow we will see this through.
Others too left to Dean Nobilis' defense, including Archbishop Ross. Besides, Father Dean Nobili and others knew that the visitor had no authority to close down the Madurai mission. Only the general could do so. And so, Father Dean Nobili and Vico wrote to Father Acquaviva. While everyone was in suspense, awaiting a reply from Rome, which could take years. Father Fernandez went about, making our statements, issuing moral charges, causing confusion, and putting his own life in danger. It was Dean Nobili's courtesy and gentleness that diffused, which could have developed into an ugly situation. The most encouraging sign in all this for him, he was summoned to Cochin to make his final vows.
To make a long story short, in time the opinion in Goa and elsewhere began to harden against Dean Nobili and his approach. Still, such was the extent of Dean Nobili's reputation for his holiness and learning. Nor were there missing abundant signs of his deep impact on the spiritual life of his Christians. So it wasn't easy for the new provincial, the Portuguese, or the Pedro Francisco to take a clear action against him. The next provincial, who was even more antagonistic to Dean Nobili, was determined to do so. Even though the new general, Father Wojciechowski, had agreed to let the aging and almost blind Father Dean Nobili to die in his Madurai mission, Father Provincial Baradas would know of it. He ordered Dean Nobili to quit the mission and go back to some other college on the pretext of taking the rest and care he deserved. In obedience to the province's wish, and too weak to insist on for the general's ruling, for the Dean obediently obeyed. He left Madurai accompanied by some loyal Brahmin Christians who were determined to follow him in exile. And he eventually died in Mylapore, which can now boast of being the final resting place of two great apostles of India, namely Saint Thomas and this great man, Father Robert de Nobili.
I must say, Father Robert de Nobili was truly a man, moving ahead of his time and a great pioneer in enculturation, who opened the church in India to new horizons. One thing that kept him on the move, as I see, was a burning zeal within him, to give and not to count the cost, to fight and not to heal the wounds, to toil and not to seek for reward, to labor and not to seek for reward. Say that of knowing he was doing God's most holy will.
We are very privileged to honor our chief guest. I have nothing to offer except my unfailing love and unconditional support in your journey. This is the assurance given to all the religious and clergymen of St. Joseph College, Trichy.
His unassuming nature, gleaming smile, grit and above all, the personal integrity of being transformative changes in the institutions. He is the personification of love.
Yes, we are very happy to have his esteemed presence amidst us this evening. So, may I invite Reverend Dr. Leo Fernando S.J., the Rector of St. Joseph College, to come on to the dais. And may I also invite Father I. Arul, our Superior, to honor the chief guest with a shawl and a gift as a token of our love. Excuse me, Father. We have a magazine to be released. So may I invite you to release our magazine. And may I also invite Father Ayarul, our superior, to receive the first copy, and our beadle, Chris Derek Mario, to receive the second. And I would request Father Rector to address the gathering.
Dear Father Arul, Fathers Rajasekharan and Livingston and Scholastic Vinod, pre-novices, dear fathers, sisters and friends, I am sure you will agree with me. We had a very wonderful evening today. We were fortunate to see the performance of higher level performance by a pre-novices. Honestly speaking, when I came for the function, I know this drama, the person on whom they are enacting the drama is of high quality. And I was not sure how in English pre-novices who have been in this place for about 10 months now, who have gone through a holistic formation, will be able to enthrall us with the life story of Robert Nobili. And I should say, their holistic formation, their talents have come out in the open here very much. The English language, the Tamil language, the dances, folk and classical, and the way they spoke their English, it is fantastic. We'll congratulate them once again. Applause. Of course, the formators of the university involved in this one are Rajasekharan and Livingston and Scholastic, and many others who helped them to reach the stage. I would like to appreciate them also for their work, for the formation they went. I was recalling my pre-novitiate days some 50 years ago. That was in Dindigal, where also we had been given lots of these formations. Language, we had a Tamil teacher from Dindigal school coming and teaching us. An English language was taught by Savaraj, who stayed with us all along. I remember the first day when we entered the pre-novitiate, he asked us to listen to the English news from the All India radio. We did not understand the ABC of what was spoken in the radio, not even one word, first day. But you don't understand so. You let us come again and again, day after day. By the end of the year, by the end of those 10 months, we were able to understand every word spoken during the All India news. Those days there was no TV. So that is the kind of repeated way in which the formators work with them. And so that's why I said I want to congratulate the formators for staying with them day after day and being with them, being a brother, father to them. When I saw the drama being enacted, two major scenes of his coming away from family and then his struggle, opposition from his own companions and others, and then how he was able to withstand all these things. Some of us, sisters and brothers here, we would have also recalled the struggles we had gone through during our vocation. Sometimes I know friends who had left home and joined the religious life. People who want to bring in a new kind of life, new changes, how they had to face challenging situations, how they had to face opposition from their own kith and kin, from their own brothers and sisters. And still, Dinobili comes across to us as a person, as a challenging person who tells us, be a change maker, that we will be able to bring change into the life of people. Maybe many of us are aware that Nobili belongs to a group of missionaries, Jesuit missionaries called Renaissance missionaries. Matteo Ricci, who worked in China in the 16th, 17th centuries, and Robert Nobili. A little later, Virama Muniva, after whom this institute is named, Hippolyte Desiderio in Tibet. There are many others who are called the Renaissance missionaries because they were inspired, they were taken up by the culture of their country, and so they were able to also appreciate the cultures of the country where they went. Only when I am appreciative of my own culture, I will be able to appreciate another culture. These were the stalwarts. And they were all champions of the need to learn languages, Asian languages, and adapt themselves to the Asian culture. And this Robert Nobili, one among them, is called by Solier in his book as a historian in the East, and as mentioned already by the students, by V. Cronin as a pearl to India, and for Rajamanikam, who did his doctoral studies on him, calls him the first Oriental scholar. When he came to Tamil Nadu, as it was very pointedly enacted to us, the need of the hour was a new, bold, and creative missionary approach. Bold, creative missionary approach, and nobody did it boldly. We have seen him struggling with Gonzalo Fernandez, with whom started living in the mission in Madurai, and leaving the place. One thing that I would like to also stress is the fact that as a missionary who want to walk an unpaved track, Nobili did not do offhand changes, not out of whims and fancies. He was a man who made a thorough study of what is to be changed. What we do say today in the context of Pope Francis, the discernment process that he went through. What changes could bring about, what changes should not be brought about. That is why, even though there was opposition for him from Gonzalo Fernandez, or the opposition taken by Pimenta, or taken to Kochi, or later on to Goa, he was able to write a treatise in defense of his steps. How he says that the cultural traits are some things which he was taken as part and parcel of the Catholic religion. That we should not project or propagate Portuguese Catholic religion, but a Tamil Catholic religion. And his support for him came eventually from the Pope, because the Pope was convinced eventually that what was taken was right. His own uncle, Robert Bellarmine, St. Robert Bellarmine was a famous theologian. He bemoaned his nephew's action, saying that his nephew has become a Hindu. Later on, he was able to change, knowing the works done by Ricci. So these people are stalwarts to tell us we should not be afraid of changes, to bring about changes. I don't know how many of us are aware, we celebrate Pongal festival, Harvest Festival in Tamil Nadu. There was no Harvest Festival, Pongal Festival before the time of Robert Nobili. He was the one who introduced. In the year 1609, when he wrote his letter to his province Laercio, he says, I allow Christians to cook their rice and boil their milk at the foot of a cross which they plant for that purpose. And to their great satisfaction, I myself bless the new rice which is to be used in that ceremony. What we have, the Harvest Festival now, was something that was started by Nobili because he saw the farmers for whom the Harvest Festival celebrated by their neighbors was important, and he introduced that into the liturgy of the Catholic religion. Like that many other ones, whatever was not to do with the false Godhead, he was the one who was able to introduce. And he eventually, Pope Gregory the 15th, decided in 1623 to approve the novel suffrage. Very often, by the way that it's spoken about nobly, sometimes the impression is created that he was the person only for the dominant caste. But he was a person open for everybody. The first Dalit Christian was one who read the books of Robert E. Noble, came to Robert E. Noble for his guidance and received his baptism from his hands, and this Dalit priest, the Dalit Christian, began to be the reason behind the movement of Dalit Christianity in Karur and other areas. He was open to everybody. That is why he was able to found groups of Brahmin sannyasis and also the Pandara Swamis, of whom John D. Brito and our own Veeramanurivar are examples. So they played a very important role. And so in the sense of Robert E. Noble, we can say, when faced with a challenge, when coming to the new land, when faced with a new challenge, he was ready to come up with new innovations. And the new innovations brought about extraordinary profit. Lots of people began to embrace Christianity. Today, if you can speak in terms of Indian Christianity or Tamil Christianity, it is thanks to Robert E. Noble who paved the way for it. And this person, Robert E. Noble, whose drama was enacted to us so powerfully by our pre-novices, they tell us, they make us aware that we can also make change. The pre-novices have gone through lots of changes. If we had listened to them maybe 10 months ago, if we had asked them to come and enact a drama in front of us, I don't think they would have spread so many words in English with memory, with good action and all. The drama, dance and everything. And the formators have done a very good job. And I'd like to thank each one of you. And I'm sure the Society of Jesus is proud to have these pre-novices joining us as novices soon. And then they'll be able to act like Nobili, Matthew Ricci, Veeramanurivar, and other people, Alexander Rhodes, and Ippolito Desiderio, many other stalwarts who learned the languages. Because pre-novice is a time, very important time to learn the languages, and they learn the language, they'll be able to interact with people and spread the good news wherever they go. I wish you all a pleasant evening. Thank you so much.
Brother Lutz, have you heard from Father Peter Francis, the parish priest of your ministry place, that you are a prayerful and intelligent person?
Thank you.
Did we check your sharpness?
Yes, we can.
Ants are known for
Their briskness.
Horses are known for
Their swiftness.
Foxes are known for
Their cunning.
Lions are known for
Their valor. Edison, why don't you ask about our fathers here?
Okay. Father Iyer is known for
His sermons.
Father Rothschild is known for
His mellifluous singing.
Father Livingston is known for
His pleasant and beautiful smile.
Brother Vinod is known for
His brotherly care and concern.
Brother Lutz, what about our pre-novices?
They are known for their creativity. Just watch this dance, then you will understand them. Time for Western dance.
Wish
We are very happy to honor all the parish priests of our ministry places.
I would invite the parish priests of Thiruvayaru, Thirumalur, Melathirpanduruthi, Kaniyur, Pavanamangalam, Achanur
to come on to the dais. And may I also invite Father Rajsekharan, our director, to honor all the fathers with a shawl.
Sorry to walk along. May I invite, please come, Father. Please come onto the stage. Thank you very much, fathers.
Edison, what are you busy with?
Brother Vinod has sent me an SMS. Just I'm reading it.
Is it worth reading?
Oh, it is beautiful one.
Then, why don't you read it aloud for all of us to hear?
Okay. Love and friendship are walking on the roadside. Love falls into the well. Why?
Why? Do we know the answer? Edison.
Because love is blind.
Okay, what happened next?
Friendship also falls into the same well. Why? Friendship will do anything for love.
Edison, are you my good friend?
Definitely, Lutz.
Will you do me a favor?
Tell me, I am ready to do anything for you.
For the good of all our guests, will you please leave the stage?
Now I call upon.
Enough. Let me finish your dialogue. You please leave. So let me call Saleh, John Paul and Roshan to deliver the vote of thanks. With that, we are signing off. This is Edison and Lutz. Let's move on to vote of thanks. Thank you.
A very pleasant good evening to you, Reverend Father Leo Fernando S.J., the chief guest of the day. My dear fathers, brothers, sisters, and well-wishers,
as we have come to the omega of MAXI, our thoughts and words are to resonate with the sentiments of our hearts. Our sentiments are nothing but the 9-letter word that is gratitude. Though it confines itself with just 9 letters, its verses are far, cementing the broken hearts and healing the sick world, building bridges. Yes, gratitude is our attitude. Here we are to propose vote of thanks.
First and foremost, I would like to glorify the Almighty God for showering His abundant graces upon us and making this memorable event a meaningful and successful one.
A ship in a harbor is safe, but it is not what the ships are built for. I sincerely acknowledge my heartfelt thanks to you, Reverend Father Leo Fernando S.J., the chief guest of the day, a man on mission who tirelessly worked for his mission, leading us in New Year heights for his meaningful and memorable message. Thank you, Father.
I also extend our heartfelt gratitude to our Jesuit friends who have come from different communities to double our joy. Our presence is always a moral boost for us. Thank you, dears.
I take this opportunity to thank all our neighboring parish priests, religious priests, nuns, brothers and formies from various congregations for your supportive presence. Thank you, friends.
Finally, I would like to take this opportunity to place on record our gratitude to all those who are working quietly in the success of this function. Special thanks to all our co-workers for making this place beautiful and for our cooks for preparing the scrumptious and sumptuous dinner ready. Once again, we thank you all.
And dear fathers, that brings the end of the day. So let us proceed without any delay for the sumptuous meal that is available just back here. Welcome to the sumptuous meal.